good afternoon guys, Steve here from Coils and Coins Detecting. Welcome to a video out in the bush again. I'm here with Jay, he's just up there having a detect. Been to this site once before. We have found coins here. Jay found an 1800s halfpenny here and I found a 1940s halfpenny here, so we've only been here a couple of times. Thought we'd come back and give it a bit more of a go. I'm running the Equinox 800 today, mainly because of the small coil. I have got the Manicore, as you might have seen in my recent videos. I've taken that to the beach, but I didn't bring it up here today because I don't have that small coil yet. Once I get the coil for it, it'll definitely be coming out here with me. Alright, first target is right here. It's quite shallow. It's a 21, 22. Quite repeatable. I'm running field 1 and I have recovery speed of 6 and I'm discriminating from 10 and down, so just listening for those coin targets and any other target that might sound worth investigating in the 10 plus range. So let's check this one out. Should be very easy to recover. I'm not expecting a coin first up, but I'll certainly take it if that's what it is. There's lots of iron here too, so yeah, could definitely be iron. Sounds like it's still down in the ground a little bit. And looks like we've got an old, oops, be good if you could see, wouldn't it? An old relic of some sort. Might be an old light surround. Definitely not iron. It's got a hole in the middle, so it's probably a surround for something. Okay, all good. We will keep searching. Got a nice signal here, guys. Sweet. Very sweet little signal. 20, 26, 27, 28. And it is only small. It's right here. So let's hope that's a coin, because it sounds really nice. Just dig a little hinged plug as best I can with one hand. Even out here, I still prefer to dig hinged plugs. Just keeps it tidy. I don't want anyone to know I've been here. Same with everywhere else I go detecting. I don't want anyone to know I've been there. I just want to keep it nice and clean, especially beaches. Okay, a little bit deeper. Not too far down though. Try and keep it in frame for you. It sounded so much like a coin. It's out. Okay, it's just here. Are we going to be lucky? No, we're not. It's a buckle. It sounded good anyway, and it was good. It's a nice relic though. A bit rusty. Pin's quite rusty. The brass will be intact in these buckles. The brass always survives. The pin doesn't generally. Could be horse tack. Not sure. Cool. Alright, let's keep searching. So just to give you a bit of background of this site, we found this location using aerial photos from the 1940s, and it shows that at that time there was a dwelling and also a very large shed or barn off to the side. Understand that this was all lost in the 1967 bushfires, just as all these houses around here were. But we've come back to have a look. Up here behind me is where I think the big shed was. So that's what it's all about. There's a lot of, well, probably, I don't know, 15 houses or so in this region before the fires came through and just wiped them all out. And it's on the fringes of Hobart, so out in the bush a bit. So we'll keep checking. Hopefully we can find something cool. So before, you might remember, I was talking about the house site. So the house site was just down there, and there was a large barn or shed just next to it. So we've located the old foundations of that large barn. Just runs across here. You can see the remnants of the concrete and bricks in there, through there. It runs all the way along, so it would have been in this area here. So we'll check that out and see if there's anything in there. I've got quite a deep target just here. If I can find it again. Let's find it there, I think. Give you a listen to it. Just here. 17, 18. Down about 3 bars. So let's have a look. I'll dig that one up and I'll come back because I'm going to need 2 hands to dig that plug. So the target was a deep iron target. Did sound a little bit sketchy, but I'm not sure if that's rolled, like it's part of a decorative wrought iron fence around a veranda or something like that, maybe? I don't know. Iron anyway. Alright, let's keep looking. Alright, so I'm just on the edge of the old site here, just working my way around. I didn't find too much near the old barn or outbuilding, but I did get this signal here, and I have dug it and I know what it is, but I'll give you a listen. Quite a clean 17, 18 signal. Didn't sound quite that good before, but I've got something interesting here. Find it again. Check this out. What a ripper. That, I'm very familiar with these. I've found one before. This is a button from the old Hobart tramway. Hobart, is it Metropolitan Tramway? Maybe, the HMT, before it was the Metro as it is today. Lovely old brass button. So these, I believe these are dated somewhere between 1900 and about 1940 from memory. So they predate the current public transport system, and it was the old tramway system. So that's come off a jacket from somebody who would have worked there back in the day. That is a ripper. Still got the little hook and everything for the button. That's a nice little find. Happy with that one. Let's keep searching this area. So this little spot here where I found that button is very target dense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to up my recovery speed to 8. And I'm going to swing much more slowly, and I've enabled all metal so I can hear all the iron as well, because there are loads of targets in here. It might be just too many to hear actually with the iron on, so I'll turn iron off, and you can see I'll turn all metal back on, and I'll give you a listen. Listen to this. There's just targets everywhere in this particular little patch. So I'm going to try and, with the 6-inch coil, it lets me interrogate each one individually. If I had a larger coil, I really wouldn't be able to do that. So let's just feel our way around. That's where the button came from, just down here. And there are a couple of signals nearby, so I'll try and home in on 1 or 2 of them. And I'll come back if I find anything worthy. So another very strong 18 signal just here. Nice and repeatable again, which is exactly how that other button was ringing up. So keen to check that out. We might have another one. It's just there somewhere, just out of pinpoint of range. Might be a little bit further over there. There's definitely something over there. Just in there. Okay. It's loaded with nails, this area, so it's very difficult to isolate anything. Ah, okay, there it is. It's a little relic of some sort, piece of brass or something. A hole in it. Not sure. Some sort of fitting for something. Okay, I'll keep searching this area. So I've got a target down here that sounded quite large. I'll give you a listen to it. $19.20, but it did sound quite large. It certainly sounded larger than a button or a coin or anything like that. I started digging a plug and got this item protruding from the ground. Quite an interesting shape. Almost looks like a fork or something. Could be an old buckle or something. Let's pull it out and see what we get. Oh wow, what is that? I have very little idea what that is. A couple of prongs of some sort fixed to a base. I'm going to say these probably moved back in the day. Maybe it was like something that grabbed something. If you know what that is, let me know, because I don't actually know what that is. But it's cool. Cool relic. Let's keep going. Right here, under this tree, I have a pretty strong signal. Now, I don't think it's anything amazing. It sounds like it's quite large, or maybe a couple of large items. Possibly iron items. They're ringing up pretty nicely, so let's check them out. Might be a coin in amongst it. There's something just under the ground just there. Could be a few more iron relics just here. Well, that's going to give us good signal, isn't it? An old tube, ointment tube, toothpaste tube, something like that. Alright, let's have a bit more of a look here. Maybe there's some other stuff near it. Could be the edge of a dump or something. Chuck that in the pouch. Let's wave the detector over it again. See if there's anything else here. There's another target here. Just here somewhere. Not sure what we're going to find here. It could be anything. It would be nice if it was a coin. Sounds a bit big for a coin. Still buried. Oh, look at that. That looks like an old lighter. Maybe. It's quite, yeah, I'd say it's an old lighter. There's the refill hole, I think. The top's missing off it. Maybe the top's still in there. There's something still in there. Could be the top, you know. Might be the dump, I reckon. Some of the stuff I'm pulling out. Ah, look what we found. Got the lid. Check it out. We got the whole thing. So that's the top off this lighter here. Would have gone on the top like that. Somehow. That's wicked. Don't think it's silver or anything like that, but nonetheless, that's a pretty cool relic. Let's keep searching this area. Well, there appear to be loads more signals just nearby, just near where I found that lighter. So I'm going to investigate all the solid targets that I can isolate with the 6-inch coil. Hopefully, if we're lucky, there might be a coin or a button or something like that in here. Or some other interesting relic. There's so much here though, it's going to be hard. Oh, look at this. An old jar with the lid still on it. That's what was giving that signal I just heard. So this looks like a tip site or something, or an old disposal site at the very least. Still got something in it. Don't think I'll open that. God knows what's in that. Sweet. Got something on the bottom, not sure what that is though. Clean it up later. Cool. I'll keep searching here. And a cheeky little signal just here. 19, quite shallow. It is a repeatable target, so I like that. So yeah, being so shallow, who would know? There's some interesting relics on this site. I haven't found a coin today, but I have found many other interesting things, so that's okay. It'd be nice to finish with a coin, but you can never be sure of finding a coin on sites like this. It's really unusual to find coins, or I should say it's not unusual, it's hard work to find coins on sites like this. Okay. Looks like, oh, this is something interesting. Well, I found what I thought was a bit of a train, toy train before, and I showed that, I think, briefly. Didn't show you me digging it up, but this is wicked. This is a little train badge or something. Oh, that's awesome. What I'll do is I'll hit that with the brush, and I'll show you, if I can hold on to it, I'll show you some more of the detail, but that is really cool. I wonder if the person that lived here was really interested in trains, because I found a few bits and pieces that might suggest that. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, I'll come back. Well, check that out, guys. That is a little ripper. Little train badge. So the back, you can see where the two pin points were. They're rusting away, but the actual badge of the train is still in pretty good nick. I wonder how old that might be. Look, I love finding coins, don't get me wrong, but I certainly love finding things like this. This is really unique. I've never found anything like this before. And it's different because it's a personal effect. Somebody wore this. They obviously loved trains or had something to do with trains. I did find, earlier, I found that tramways button. So there's a connection there, and also found that little piece of toy train. So starting to build a bit of a story up of the people who lived here, or a person who lived here. They obviously were involved in the train network or the train system in some way, worked on trains and trams, that kind of thing. So this is what's really great about this hobby, starting to piece together some of the history of the places you detect. This is, for me, is what is the highlight of the whole thing. Really happy with that one, and if that's the last thing I find today, I'll be pretty happy. Alright, a little bit more of a search in this particular area I'm in, and then I think we'll call it quits. Well, that's it for us today, guys. Found a few interesting things, a few train related items and tram related items, so like I say, I reckon that's got something to do with the people who used to live here. But we'll come back another time. It's getting a bit dim, starting to rain. Time to head off. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you identify any of those objects there, just leave a comment below, that'd be great. Till then, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until